A priest on a lonely road in the middle of nowhere is stopped for overspeeding, and when the police check his car, they find that on the co-driver's seat there's 2 million shillings in cash that he cannot explain where he got it from. And when they ask him questions, he says nothing. He doesn't budge. So the police inspect the car further, only to find that in the back seat of the car is a teenage girl. And when they ask her questions, she also doesn't say anything. She stays silent. So the police decide, you know what, this is none of our business. Let's just take these guys down to the police station and book them for overspeeding. So when they arrive at the police station, the arresting officer takes the teenage girl and the priest and makes them wait inside an interrogation room as he goes to process the overspeeding ticket. As he's processing the fine, suddenly there's a huge scream that fills the entire station. Everyone is wondering what the heck is happening. And shortly later, another second scream. Now everyone is scared. So all the police officers in that station, being led by the OCS, her name is Hadia, and an officer called Officer Mugo, all start running down the hallway. Because where is the scream coming from? The interrogation room where they left the priest and the teenage girl. But hardly do they get to the interrogation room when the door flings open, and suddenly the priest comes out, staggering, and one of his hands is on his neck. And that's when the OCS of the station calls out to the priest, "Father, uko sawa?" And the priest turns around slowly to face them. But sasa hapo ndio wanashtuka, because what they realize, jabbed into his neck is a knife, and as soon as he sees them, he collapses to the ground. Everyone, being led by Madam Hadia, all rush towards the priest. They try to save him, they try to stop the bleeding, but nothing helps. Eventually, he ends out bleeding there on the cold floor. But standing a few meters away is Officer Maina. And Maina looks to his left, and that's when he notices, standing in the middle of the interrogation room, is the teenage girl, and her hands are full of blood. So obviously he knows what has happened. So he storms into the room with a baton in his hand, but as he tries to restrain the girl, he ends up knocking her out. So the next time she comes around, everyone has questions, especially the OCS of the station. Who is this girl? What was she doing with the priest? Why did the priest have so much money in his car? Like, there are so many questions to be answered. But when they get to interviewing the girl remembers nothing. She doesn't remember who she is. She doesn't remember how she got there. She doesn't even remember the priest. She remembers nothing. So the movie takes place in a single night shift, and we follow OCS Hadia and Officer Mugo as they try to solve this mystery case before morning. Why? Because come morning, homicide will come and take over the case.